Welcome to the ZoCo Podcast. My name is Cody.
I'm Trevor.
And we are here for the New Year's podcast. Happy New Year's, guys.
Happy New Year's. And we're going to start fires soon.
Yeah. Good thing the smoke detectors aren't in here.
Oh, boy.
Oh, wait. I think that goes against California code.
Whoop.
Well, yeah, we're here for a very special 2016 podcast.
Well, yep, it is the
Well, I guess it'll be
2016-2017 transition.
Yep, we're gonna do a review of 2016 and kind of what happened in 2016,
And then we're gonna look into the future and see what's coming up.
We're excited. We got a lot of things coming up for us personally, what we plan to be doing, and also what will be going on in the rest of the world.
Yeah,
so
got a lot to talk about. So this should be a good podcast.
All right, so we're gonna have what do you normally have on New Year's?
Well, normally you would have champagne.
Who normally have champagne, but we don't drink.
Yeah.
So we have the next best thing.
Oh.
No, the best thing.
No, not the next. Yeah, not the next best thing. We have the best thing.
Oh, we did forget to mention the set is finished.
Oh yeah,
we have the chairs. They're director's chairs. They are red for Zombie Couch,
and eventually maybe we'll have our names.
Yep,
we would like to get them embroidered, but
we plan to embroider our names on them. The other thing we'd like to do is get a logo, a poster with our logo on it to put up on the wall. So
we should
eventually,
paint the wall.
Yeah. Eventually the whiteboard will go and we'll put something else up. But it's a good announcement board, you know. Happy New Year.
Yep.
So let's open this.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we got the fridge working.
Yeah, the fridge is working. We had some problems. It's not super cold, but you know, it's cold enough. Keeps the drinks cold. Let's see. Well, we're gonna have to destroy the set a little bit. We do have a couple cups. Oh, there's one. All right, I'm just gonna set this off to the side.
It doesn't fit my head.
Happy New Year. Is that looks like a yarmulke?
It's a little tiara.
No offense.
It's a little tiara.
Do you need a bottle opener?
Yes.
Here's my guitar bottle opener. It's a keychain. Yep. So what we're gonna do is a big old review of 2016. A lot of things happened in our research for doing this podcast. A lot of things happened this year that I actually forgot about.
A lot of things are going to happen in the next year.
There's a lot coming up, and I'm excited.
Say when?
When?
Okay.
Oh, okay, a little bit more. That's good. So, so we took some notes, and we're just going to go over some major events.
Cheers.
Cheers to a new year. Oh, so good. All right, well, I guess we'll start with the review.
Let's go.
The 2016 review. A lot happened. Now, I'm just going to start with some major events. We'll go a little bit into a morbid discussion of deaths. There were quite a bit of deaths.
There were.
And we'll go over them. We'll talk about them. And we're going to talk about some major events, some games that came out, both consoles and PC. PC, as well as mobile games. Yeah. So, May 19th, Egypt Air Flight 804 crashes with 66 on board over the Mediterranean en route from Paris to Cairo, I believe is how it's pronounced. This was not the only flight crash. There was a few that went down.
What was the big one a couple years ago? It was like Malaysia.
9/11? No, Malaysia happened this year as well.
Oh, that was
later this year.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Another big one. This is not for us. I think it does affect us because it affected the stock market immensely. The stock market was majorly changed. June 23rd, the UK voted to leave the European Union.
Oh, wow. Oh yeah, the
Brexit. And because of the Brexit, we're now going to have Calexit. Apparently, I don't know.
At least they're attempting to.
With the new election, that's what people want to do. Is
they're attempting to. Well, Texas was going to text it.
Well,
they were thinking about
Texas has threatened to leave the union for years, many years.
Yep, they thought about it recently, but
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't think any state can actually just up and leave. I don't think it's really in the cards for them.
I mean, constitutionally, sure, why not? But why would you?
Well, on one hand, let's think about this actually on a strategy, a war strategy basis, strictly war.
Yeah.
Okay. America is going to fight for whatever state leaves the union. Why? Because we're afraid of another country coming in and taking that now new country.
Yep.
And now we've got one of our enemies right next door to us. Take
Cuba.
instance. Yeah, Texas, for instance. Do you really want, let's say, Russia right in the middle of our country?
Yeah.
In the biggest piece of land of our country?
Yeah.
No, America's not going to let that happen, so they're going to obviously defend them.
Yeah.
Are we really going to give up California? Because that's perfect for, once again, Russia or Japan to just come over and take, well, Japan's our friend, but yeah, it opens up another country to just be able to take over, but I don't think America is going to allow that. They don't want that. That's the same reason why we took Hawaii. That's the same reason why we took Alaska. If you look at a map and you see how close Alaska and Russia really are,
it's a couple hundred
they
miles.
Are really close.
Yeah.
So, that's the reason why we have those countries. Same reason why we would like control over Cuba. Colombia. There's other places that aren't considered America, but we have ownership. I don't know how that all works.
Puerto Rico, it's not a state in the United States, but it's a province that is owned by the United States, basically.
And it's in our best interest for some of these places that we own them.
Yep.
Or at least are in control. Somewhat.
Yep.
So, let's see. We had the Summer Olympics this year.
Yep, we did.
That was in August 5th to the 21st in Rio.
Rio de Janeiro.
That was kind of a huge thing. America, I think, won. I didn't get the final statistics on it, but I think we came across with the most gold medals. And I don't know all the individual sports and stuff. I really don't care.
Yeah, I didn't pay too much attention to the Olympics this year.
No.
I never do, but I especially really didn't.
September 28th concluded that the Malaysia Airline Flight 17 was shot down by a Buck missile. So, yeah, now shooting down airplanes, that's kind of...
Yeah.
That's no bueno.
Yikes.
So I've only flown about twice in my life. 4 flights?
Yeah, so round trip twice. Basically.
Yeah, I made 2 round trips pretty much, and
both to Texas.
Yeah, both times to Texas. To and from Texas. Yeah, I'm definitely a nervous flyer, just because I don't know. It might be claustrophobia. You're sitting you're sitting in a confined tube, and you're just like flying. I don't know.
Oh man, all trust in the engines there.
The engines, the pilot, flight attendants not freaking out when you hit turbulence, because you hit turbulence.
Oh yeah,
that humidity.
Oh yeah.
Well, that'll make a bumpy ride.
Oh, especially if there's a storm.
Yeah, or you go over Arizona where it's just hot, and we had to land in Phoenix, so that was a layover. But
that's a random layover.
Well, it's because most of the flights that come out of this area are they usually have a layover in like Phoenix or any of like Las Vegas, but nothing to other major. You have to go to LAX to get like major connections. If you want to do a direct, I don't know, let's say to Houston, you go to LAX. Yeah, of course you'll get a direct, but It's a big airport.
Yeah.
But our airport isn't as
nice.
But
at the same time, not as terrible either.
No, I would definitely rather.
I would
avoid LAX at all costs.
I would go anywhere but LAX.
If you have a connection there, that might be one thing because you're still not going through the headache of like security.
Yeah,
but you still there's like
just the airport itself
is
awful.
Far.
Because like literally, it's the loop. If you miss the one spot, you have to go around the whole loop again. Yeah, and it is awful getting in and awful getting out. I can't stand LAX.
I don't want to go to LAX. I wouldn't. If I'm gonna fly, I'm gonna avoid LAX at all costs.
Yep.
Or drive. I would prefer to drive. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's go see Alex.
Oh boy.
Nope, Alex, you come see us. Again.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. And then this is actually most recent. This is only a couple days ago. Russian ambassador in Turkey
Okay.
December 19th, Russian ambassador to Turkey is assassinated in Ankara.
Where's that at?
Turkey?
Okay.
I think that's in Turkey. The Russian ambassador to Turkey was assassinated.
Well then.
The picture, did you see the picture?
This is news to me.
You haven't heard?
This is news to me.
The picture is a guy dressed up in a suit. He's holding a gun up in the air. The ambassador's laying on the ground. It's crazy.
Do they know a motive? Like,
I don't know. I didn't really read into it. I didn't do any research on it. But
this is news to me, so yikes.
Yeah, that's crazy. Bad day to be ambassador, I guess.
Ambassador to Turkey.
Actually, we had a death in this city. Yesterday. I think it was yesterday morning. Mm-hmm. It was about 5:00 in the morning off of 5th Street. Mm-hmm. Somebody got hit by a hit and run. They were walking on the side of the street, and some car just came up and hit them and just kept going. Wow. They got candles and stuff set up now on the corner, so it's ridiculous. I heard about this from coworkers.
Oh, wow.
So.
Yikes.
But also in other news, California's getting drenched in rain right now.
Yeah, it is. It's been...
all that rain we needed.
Well, here's the funny thing, too. I've been because Wednesday, it was supposed to be like 75 degrees. Mm-hmm. It was supposed to be like 74 degrees the next day on Thursday. And it wasn't supposed to rain until about Thursday night, like Friday. Guess what? 65 on Wednesday, raining.
Yeah.
And it's been raining ever since.
Yeah, it's been raining for a few days good. Solid rain. Which is really good. We need it.
Oh, we need it. It's just like, it's not California weather.
Yeah, the problem is we're not ready for it because now with rain comes landslides and
mudslides and everything.
Yeah. That's not good. We're not exactly equipped for that.
Nope.
And we're very hilly. So
well, nothing like there's really no way to prevent it. I mean, you can have preventative measures in some areas, but like some places you're not getting help.
There's some bad places. Personally, for my work, it's making it rough for us. It's already a bad season because of like Christmas and the New Year.
Yeah.
People aren't buying houses.
No.
And so, we don't have work. But even still, the stuff that we are delivering, we're trenching through mud, come home knee high in mud.
I bet.
Because there's no rock to that dirt.
Nope.
It's powder sometimes. Sometimes you walk on it and it just goes poof. But
was it like Dairyland before?
I don't know what it is beforehand.
Because Dairyland will have clay and junk all on the ground.
It's definitely not clay.
Okay.
Because it's powder.
Yeah,
like straight. Because
if it's clay and it gets wet, it's just like it doesn't soak in. So like it'll.
So, let's go to a little bit more morbid deaths. We had some major deaths this year.
We did.
The first one was David Bowie. Now, looking at our audience is really about our age. So I hope people know who David Bowie is. I know who David Bowie is. What's the biggest thing that stands out for you with David Bowie? I have one movie in particular that stands out.
What is it?
He's a songwriter. I understand that, but he did a movie. That was Labyrinth. Did you ever see Labyrinth?
I've seen parts of it.
It's kind of a quirky, weird movie.
Yeah.
I love watching actually the director's cut, the behind the scenes stuff and all that, because it's really cool what they had to do. Mm-hmm. We're talking about, I think the 80s is when it came out. Mm-hmm. The technology of the 80s was so simple.
Yep.
But they had puppets dancing and stuff. But the only way to get the puppets to dance, because they didn't really have like animatronics, and they wanted, like, these guys are really moving. Mm-hmm. So they had guys dressed in blacks, like morph suits.
Okay.
Attached these poles like to their limbs and stuff, to the limbs of the puppet, and up against a black background. And so they're dancing, and all you really see is the puppet moving. And then it's not green screen, the black screen it out, and then put it in a set. So it's actually really cool to watch that.
Yeah, I've only seen parts of that movie.
Yeah.
It always looked weird to me.
Let's see. Alan Rickman. Alan Rickman he died January 14th of this year. I think, personally, the biggest movie I think is Harry Potter. He's done tons of other movies.
Oh, he has done so many ones. I was really shocked when I heard about his.
Yeah, and he started acting at a late age too. I think he was like in his 40s when he started acting.
I don't know what the age, but yeah, I mean, he's been iconic for a long while now.
He definitely has he built his character of like the person that he typically plays.
Oh yeah, and that's what's so brilliant about it, is that he just is perfect for some of these parts. You know, Snape was Snape.
Yeah,
he was Snape.
And like Galaxy Quest.
Oh my god.
That's an old one.
That's the one I always think of with Alan Rickman. He did the Caterpillar in the newer Alice in Wonderland.
Yep. That, man. It was really sad because those two were 4 days apart.
Oh.
So back to back. And everyone was all up in arms about David Bowie and then Alan Rickman, and it was like, what? And like, what's going on? And
no more Harry Potter films.
Well, I think that was already determined.
Oh man,
Nancy Reagan.
Oh yeah,
Ronald Reagan's wife.
Wow,
she died March 6th of this year. So
I remember when Reagan died. That was years ago.
Actually, there's not that many presidents still alive. If you go back,
still got George H.W., don't we?
Yeah, I think he's still alive.
He's still around.
Last I checked. Bush is obviously alive. Clinton's still alive. Obviously, Obama's still alive.
Are you sure about that one?
It's like, I want to say something, but I don't want to say something. Because this podcast comes out a week later from when it's being recorded. Obviously, something could happen in a week, and we look like idiots. But if I say something, well, now the NSA is going to be watching this, and they're going to flag this. So hopefully...
Time to build our own podcast. I can't believe Obama died.
Hopefully, in the week's time of this being recorded and edited and posted, Obama's still alive. Hopefully, Trump's still alive.
Oh, boy.
Apparently, the government already has plans to impeach him.
Oh, Lord.
Just come on.
Yeah, we'll stick at it. We'll keep that as it is.
Yeah. What's this country coming to?
We'll keep that as is. I'm not going to eat dolphin.
All right. One that I really don't care about, but a lot of people I think do. I was sick and tired of this death because I hate his music. Prince.
Oh, boy. You know what?
There comes the hate.
You know what? When Michael Jackson died, everybody was all up in arms.
All up in arms about it.
But his was also because, like, it was... Didn't he overdose? Or it was like his doctor. Like, there's all sorts of...
Yeah, his doctor was prescribing him
the wrong
anesthetics.
Yeah.
I mean, the doctor was giving him anesthetics regular just to sleep.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa, hold up.
Yeah, so essentially, didn't that doctor get like a lawsuit?
Yeah, I think he lost his license to practice.
But yeah, no, the Prince this is He just died.
I think there was some drugs.
Oh, yeah.
I think there were some drugs involved.
But it's like, okay, this man has not been making music, really. If anything, he's been playing. But, he hasn't been making music, and everybody's all up in arms about him dying. It's like...
I think Michael Jackson, too, he was an iconic character.
Yeah.
Because he comes from the Jackson 5.
Yeah.
A young child pop star.
He was a performer from the beginning.
And then, obviously with the skin change, that was a big thing for a lot of people. He continued to write music.
I always think of the Robot Chicken.
Boy.
Where you find out that the white Michael Jackson actually was abducted by aliens.
I've thought about that. Like, what if young Michael is still out there? Like, what we knew of Michael, and what if they just hired some guy to portray Michael Jackson, and it was this white guy, and he died. So the guy who portrayed Michael Jackson is dead, but Michael Jackson's still out there somewhere. Obviously with, he's probably hanging out with Hitler and, Elvis, all those people.
Oh, boy.
Hopefully Robin Williams isn't dead. He's still out there somewhere.
Oh, man.
Let's see. Muhammad Ali.
Yeah. That was a big
famous
one.
boxer.
That was a big one.
American boxer. What was his real name? Is Cassius Clay?
Yeah.
Cassius Clay, yeah. And he changed it to Muhammad Ali when he changed to the Muslim religion.
That's right. Yeah, I remember that.
So he died June 2nd. That was pretty big.
That was a while ago. Dang.
Yeah. The next one, Gene Wilder. Talk about one of the biggest memes in the world.
Oh, yeah.
Is the famous,
Willy Wonka
leaning over, like, oh, tell me more about, like, whatever. And, yeah, it was really sad to see him go.
Oh, yeah. I actually did, funny enough, I actually watched a video about him. He got an interview a little while ago, just in his old age. So I was kind of interested to see him in his old age.
Mm-hmm.
But he definitely was going, though. Like, even then, I don't know how old that video was, but he was definitely ready to go. So yeah. He was at that age where he was done.
He definitely made Willy Wonka.
Oh, yeah.
The new Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, it was all right. It was definitely quirky.
Yeah, except for
you got Johnny Depp playing
Depp's
See, I love Johnny Depp because he can play the roles. He can change his attitude to be whatever role he needs to fit into.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely a quirky role.
Yeah, that's what was so brilliant about Gene Wilder, is that he fulfilled that role.
Yeah,
like perfectly. It was his role. That was just like,
yeah.
If any scenario can put an actor into that role, like Alan Rickman as Snape.
Yeah,
that was Gene Wilder's role.
So
Willy Wonka.
Going back to Alan Rickman, apparently, J.K. Rowling told Alan Rickman a secret, but not so much of a secret, because if you read the books, you obviously knew it.
Mm-hmm.
But he told Alan Rickman that Snape was in love with Harry's mom at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
That way he could portray in his character exactly what he needed to bring out towards the end.
Mm-hmm.
So
from the beginning, Alan Rickman as the actor acting as Snape, he knew, and just to be able to portray it perfectly. So very interesting. But another Gene Wilder role. I don't know if you've seen this one, Blazing Saddles. Have you seen? It's it's just a spoof. I've heard of it.
It's a super racist movie.
Oh,
but it's super funny. I'm trying to think of the guy who does it. Can't remember his name, but he did Spaceballs.
Oh,
You're talking about Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson.
No, Mel Gibson.
Not Mel Gibson.
Mel
Brooks.
Mel Brooks.
Mel.
Mel.
Yeah, that guy.
That guy.
Yeah, he that was one of his. And, it's his style. It's funny. It's very comedic.
Well, another Mel Brooks classic, The Producer.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got some.
With Gene Wilder in there. You're gonna jump on me.
All right. And the second to last death. Recently, this is just last month, Fidel Castro died.
Yep.
So, yeah.
On Black Friday, actually.
On Black Friday. Oh, it was so amazing. That's
probably about the most amazing death you could have.
Oh, that's so funny. Oh, all the Cubans are going to be pissed.
The most anti-capitalist person dies on the most capitalist day of the year.
Capitalist day. I'm surprised at how many people were mourning his death. Because, I mean, the guy was a dictator.
Yep.
And so many people were so sad that he died, but it's like, do you not realize what he was doing to the country? Is it just because that we have the outside perspective and they are so withdrawn from the truth?
It's possible.
Or are we withdrawn from the truth and this guy's greatest guy ever? I don't know.
That's possible. Well, it's like, like Hitler, for example, like everybody sees him as pure evil and that he was just this, evil person. To the people of Germany, he was amazing. He was awesome. He was the big thing. That's why he came to power. Is because
he's very good at giving speeches. Very convincing.
Very convincing person. And Fidel Castro, same kind of thing. He had that personality.
It's like Kim. It's like Kim Jong Un. He's dictator of North Korea, and he's pretty much doing the same thing, keeping everybody underneath his thumb, keeping everybody away from the outside world. They don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
so
that could be it.
I guess ignorance to the outside world. You really just,
you only get the one perspective.
Yeah, you appreciate what you have, I guess.
Yeah,
which they don't have much, but
tough to say.
Yeah, that was another event. I didn't write it down just because it's North Korea, but they launched a couple missiles.
They've been doing that a lot, though.
What about the movie that came out about North Korea? The Interview?
The Interview.
That was a huge thing. That got pulled off, shut down. It was supposed to be this big old movie. You can watch it on Netflix, though.
Yeah, they released it on Netflix a couple years ago.
Pretty funny movie.
Oh, yeah.
But
it's terrible, but it's funny.
It's terrible, but it's funny. It's Seth Rogen. And...
Baby, you're firework.
The last death, and this one's sad to many people. This man, not man, but this beast, received 15,000 votes for the election. On May 28th, Harambe was shot and killed at 17 years old. So, have you seen the shot glasses that say, take a shot for Harambe, he took one for you?
Oh, boy.
Little shot glasses. It's
Dicks
so
out.
funny. Oh, boy. Yeah, I don't know why that became such a big thing. I don't get why people are so up in arms about a gorilla.
And then the memes that are like, Harambe is just a gorilla.
I don't know.
I don't know.
But
it's
one of the quite the controversy.
It's one of those issues that's like, I understand why you're upset at first, but this has been going on for months. Almost a whole year now.
Yeah. Let me go back. He died late May.
Yeah.
So we've been going through this for 6 months.
7 months now. Almost.
Yeah. And there's some funny pictures too going around Facebook. Kids holding their kids over the fence, or parents holding their kids over the fence of zoo enclosures, and it's not even a year into it and people are already making sacrifices.
Oh boy,
it's terrible.
We've descended into idol worship again.
This isn't idol worship. This is dead gorilla worship.
Oh boy.
So those are the major deaths. The ones that I think
Harambe will return again.
Maybe one day. There's a ton of deaths actually.
Do you have a moment to talk about our Lord and Savior Harambe? He died for you.
He took a shot for you. Will you take a shot for him?
That's our new approach.
Oh boy. All right, let's go into games. Games that came out this year.
And we've talked a lot about a lot of these, but
yeah, we'll just run through these real quick because we still got to get to 2017.
Oh boy.
So yeah, we'll just run through these games real quick. Final Fantasy 15, Battlefield 1, Doom, Titanfall 2, Far Cry Primal, Watch Dogs 2, No Man's Sky.
Just to list a few.
That's just a few of the games that came out. Those are, the console and PC games.
Yeah, a lot of these we've talked about already, so we're not going to get too much.
A couple of them, like I'm still playing Far Cry Primal. I haven't even gotten to Titanfall 2 yet. Haven't even fixed the problem. I haven't even bothered because I'm still on Primal. Yeah, you've played Final Fantasy. Did you play Battlefield?
No, I've never been a big Battlefield fan. I've seen a lot of Battlefield stuff though, but
I know you played No Man's Sky too.
Yeah.
I don't know about some of the other ones, but also mobile games. Pokemon Go. I just checked just before we started this podcast. It is now on the iOS 7th on the top grossing games. For a while, it was number one.
Huge drop.
Huge drop. A big one right now is Super Mario Run. I haven't even heard of it.
Yeah, it's like brand new, like probably not even a month old yet.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are taking the Pokemon Go strategy and they're creating games from it.
Yeah, the Run game though is a little bit different. It's kind of a revamped game, but it's a big thing right now. It's just like that's been going on. So
let's see. There is a new Assassin's Creed Identity, which is pretty big. The Minecraft Pocket Edition is still up there.
Yep,
still up there. And then the Clash series, of course. The Clash
they've been coming out
series
with
are up
so
there.
many different clashes.
So, that's a 2016 review as far as the world goes. As far as Zombie Couch, we've done a couple tutorial videos. We've done some Minecraft Let's Plays. We got the podcast going. This isn't it for the podcast. We will keep going.
Yeah, this is podcast 13. 30.
30. 13.
13.
Whoa. We're going way back in time.
30.
So
30.
We should do something big for the 1 year, because I think the 1 year won't add up to the numbers, but
yeah, because we started this in April.
I think about April. Yeah. So at about our 1 year mark of doing these, doing the podcast, we'll do something special. We won't tell you what, but we're gonna do something
we'll
special.
Figure something out.
We've got a lot of plans. We've definitely made a lot of plans. Alex isn't here, so Alex finished school this year. He moved out and started his career up in Idaho.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it for now. That's all I've heard.
Yep.
But I haven't done much.
Worked.
School. I've worked and gone to school. It's
about the same here.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Hey, someone's got to keep the playing field leveled, right?
Oh boy. Yep. Unfortunately. But we have in the short, what is it, 7-8 months now that we've been doing the podcasts, we've upped our game.
Yeah, I mean, it started off as just audio. We did a couple video, just in tight spaces.
Attempts.
We've talked about doing a set. The biggest thing was location. Where do we do it?
Location.
What do we do for a set? We need the lighting to be decent. And I'm not saying that we have a prime setup.
No.
We have a good setup. I think it works, and hopefully it helps.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. So that's some good stuff there. Let's move on to 2017.
2017.
All right.
So, Trevor, what's coming up in 2017?
All right. So my big focus is mainly movies and games. Obviously, I can't predict deaths. So that's not going to be on my list.
This is bad. Should we predict deaths of 2017?
Oh, boy. Let's not.
All right, that's probably best.
Oh boy. Here, before I begin, I'm gonna get me a little.
Well, I think that's it.
Okay, that's good.
But
alrighty, so let's see here. So I broke this up in a couple different categories because these are the main things that people are looking for. Alrighty, so first category is superhero films. Since this is a big thing that's been going on, and is going to keep going on, because now that Disney owns Marvel, they're going to just keep putting content out, and now that DC is trying to catch up, they're going to be putting out stuff to compete.
Yeah, I didn't even think about movies, but this year was a big year for movies too.
It was, but let's look at some future movies. So superhero movies, we've got Thor Ragnarok. So this is the third Thor that they're coming out, and that is released on November 3rd, 2017.
Oh gosh, that's a year away.
So that's forever away. A lot of these are going to be, you can kind of tell when they're being placed, so that they get,
And they could possibly, even movies can get pushed.
Even movies can get pushed, but for the most part, a lot of these are pretty set in stone.
Yeah.
Like, if you've got an advertisement out, it's pretty set in stone.
Yeah.
For the most part. Unless something major happens, like with Harry Potter.
Like a death.
Like with Harry Potter.
So, what if...
oh boy. Let's not do this. Predict.
What if Thor dies?
Oh boy. Chris Hemsworth's gonna die.
Women everywhere are gonna weep. That's what's gonna happen in 2017.
Oh boy. Okay. Well,
shall we make Apple predictions? We are all expecting the new iPhone 8, but we're gonna come out with the iPhone 7.7. Whatever.
Oh boy. Alrighty. Spider-Man Homecoming.
Oh gosh. Is this the Amazing Spider-Man series?
So this is Marvel's take on it now, because here's the thing with Spider-Man. Spider-Man has been owned by Sony for a long time. So, for example, the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man films, that was Sony. So those 3 films came out, and they came and went. And the third film, obviously, they kind of like, okay, we're done.
Well, I think they also received a lot of crap from viewers because people didn't like it. It didn't follow the comics and the typical stuff that you hear. But a lot of people didn't like it.
And then we've got the newer Spider-Man ones with
Amazing Spider-Man.
What's his face? I always forget his name.
What's his face? Yeah, that guy, the actor.
Well, anyways,
I don't know his name either.
Okay, I always forget his name. I know it, but I can't remember it now.
Ryan Reynolds.
I'm not talking about Deadpool, bro.
Seth Rogen.
Just start naming people out. Anyways, so that one only had 2.
Justin Bieber.
Which Gwen dies in the second one. So that's like, okay, spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't seen that one. I haven't seen it either. I couldn't stand it. Anyways, that was also Sony. But with Civil War, Captain America Civil War, this is when Disney finally got the rights to Spider-Man. So they added Spider-Man in Civil War.
Andrew Garfield.
I knew it. I just couldn't. And now we've got, I don't know the new kid's name for Spider-Man. But Spider-Man Homecoming is now the first Spider-Man film by Disney Marvel. So thankfully, Spider-Man's already been introduced into Civil War, so they are not doing the whole Spider-Man story again. They're just kind of going right into it.
So we're not good. We're not going to see the birth of a
That's what I'm very
superhero.
Grateful about with Disney is that they introduced him in Civil War, and Iron Man, is the one that brought Spider-Man into the superhero scene because he gave him the suit and everything and the technology to do that. So now Spider-Man and Iron Man are going to be working together in this new film. And that is released for July 7th of 2017.
It's not too far.
That's it's going to be a summer film.
Summer. Do you know why Summer became such a big hit? Why Summer is a blockbuster hit movie?
Everybody is out of school.
Well, it actually used to be the opposite. summer is when you put your worst movies out because that's when nobody was watching movies.
Mm-hmm.
And it was Jaws
that brought that in.
Jaws was supposed to be a flop. They couldn't get an animated shark. They couldn't do that. They had to go with a CGI. You don't see the shark for the longest time in the movie. You see bits and pieces of him. You don't really see it until the end. So they were like, this movie is not going to be good. Let's put it out in the summer. Boom.
Instant
Jaws
hit.
became a huge hit. And it made summer movies what they are today. Blockbusters.
Interesting.
Blockbusters come out in the summer now. So, yeah, that's actually what changed it.
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
All right, next on the list is another summer film, Wonder Woman.
Oh, gosh. I don't know how I feel about that one.
So now, this one is an origin story one, but we haven't seen a Wonder Woman film since, the 70s or 60s?
It's been a long time.
It's been a while since we've seen a Wonder Woman film of any kind. And, of course, we've had Wonder Woman introduced in Batman vs. Superman, but this is the present that we're talking about. In this movie, this is her origin story in the 20s. So, and it's got Chris...
Hemsworth?
No. He's going to die next year, so...
Oh, no.
We got Chris Pratt. No, not Chris Pratt. Chris...
I was going to say, that's...
Gosh, dang it. There are too many Chris actors. Chris... I always forget his last name. Pitt. No.
I'm going to... You keep going. I'm going to look it up.
I'm killing myself here. It's Martinelli's man. It's just a whole man.
Yeah, it's the alcohol-free...
Oh, gosh. It's on the tip of my tongue. Anyways, after that, of course, they're doing this pretty fast. So, Justice League is going to be coming out November 17th, 2007.
Nice. I'm looking forward to that one.
So, we've got basically Wonder Woman doing overtime.
Chris Pine.
Pine. I knew it was a P. Pine.
Not Chris Pratt, though.
No, not Chris Pratt. But, speaking of Chris Pratt, Guardians of the Galaxy... Volume 2 is coming out.
Oh, gosh. I didn't even see the first one, actually.
May 5th, 2017. And I believe they're getting closer and closer to doing Infinity War, so that's going to be a big thing eventually. Yeah. March 3rd, I'm excited about this one, Logan.
What is that?
This is the final Hugh Jackman Wolverine film.
Wow.
And this is based off of the comic Old Man Logan.
So,
which, of course, is going to be a lot different because the Old Man Logan involves the Avengers. And since 20th Century Fox still owns the rights to the X-Men, it's going to be something completely different.
Yeah.
But it's the same idea, and I'm really excited for that film. That looks really epic. And then just kind of a throw-in. This is both kind of a kids movie and superheroes is why I throw in Lego Batman film. I kind of want to see that one. That one looks pretty funny.
I think a lot of people are looking forward to it. The Lego movie was a huge movie. I don't know why. It was so easy, simple. Yeah. Everyone loves Legos.
Yeah. It was a fun idea. And so they're continuing with Lego Batman. All right.
That's funny.
So continued. This is primarily revamps / sequels. So 2016, we can actually kind of go back to what 2016 brought out. 2016 was a year of revamps and sequels.
I would argue that the last few years have just been revamps and sequels or movies based on books. There's not a whole lot of new content coming out.
True. But 2016 brought Independence Day, the revamp. Yeah. A lot of different revamps. Didn't Jurassic World come out this year too? Or was that 2015?
I don't know. I think that was 2015.
I can't remember. It seems so short ago. But so this is going to be a continuation now. We've got a lot of revamps and a lot of sequels I'm really excited about. And also I got a few that I'm kind of iffy about.
Yeah, speaking of Chris Pratt, Jurassic World came out in 2015.
Okay, it was 2015. I couldn't remember. It was close to 20. It was towards the end, wasn't it? I can't remember. But anyways, so first on the list, Transformers Last Night.
They need to stop with the Transformers.
They do. Now this is a continuation with I can't remember the actor's name. He was in the last Transformers film, which I actually did watch. Yeah, Mark Wahlberg. and this one is going to be released in summertime, so June 23rd. I watched the preview on that one. I'm so done with Transformers.
Oh yeah, they definitely beat it down real hard.
Yeah.
Even the second one wasn't that good.
Second one was a huge drop from there, and the third one was just a flop.
Yeah, the fourth one I think was a desperate measure to bring it back,
which it kind of almost did.
Look,
except it didn't. It did better than the third.
Here's the thing: we all would like to see the Transformer transform, but you don't necessarily need to show that every single time. We get it. Show it once in the beginning, it transforms. We get the whole maneuver. We just want to see the fighting. But we get to the fighting, we want to see the fighting, not see a bunch of scrap metal rolling around the screen for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And that was kind of the problem with the first three was that's all they were.
Yep, that's what happened.
It was scrap metal rolling around, for half the movie.
The third film, I got 45 minutes into that movie and I turned it off. I'm like, I can't even watch this. There was literally no action for that whole first 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And it was nonstop Shia LaBeouf and his stupid life. I could not stand it. I'm like, why is Shia LaBeouf even in this film anymore?
Yeah.
Like, this is the most pointless thing. I'm watching a movie about flashback, kind of a transition between seeing Transformers and kind of they're dealing with the military and Shia LaBeouf and his life.
Yeah.
I couldn't stand it any longer. I'm like, I can't do this anymore. So I turned that film off. All right, next one. This one, okay, speaking of beating stuff over the head.
Oh, no.
I do not know how they managed to make 7 of this series.
Uh-oh.
And they are making an 8th one. The
Twilight.
Fate. No, it's The Fate of the Furious.
I heard about that. I thought that
F8.
The thing was they signed on for like 10 complete seasons or something like that. But when Paul Walker died, that was kind of the juggle of, do we release 7 and call that final? But they're still signed on for like 3 more seasons. Mm-hmm. So they had to keep going. It was like, what do they do? And so they decided to just keep going. But I don't know.
I watched the first movie, and that's all I've ever seen. I don't know how they managed to do.
Hey, 7 was good. Furious 7 was really good. Because it was all a tribute to Paul Walker.
Yeah.
It was super sad at the end. It had you... it had you kind of, in tears. Oh.
Alrighty. Well, next one. Here's a revamp. And I'm kind of unsure about it, because it's got Tom Cruise in it. This is... the
Top Gun.
That would be actually kind of interesting, actually, if they did a Top Gun. But no, The Mummy.
Oh, gosh.
This will be released June 9th of 2017.
That's another one that they've done, like, 4 of.
Well, because they had... The original one was with... I'm very bad with my actors' names, obviously. It's
Brendan Fraser.
Brendan Fraser. And they had...
The Rock was in...
Well, because they had The Mummy. They had The Mummy Returns, which had Dwayne Johnson. Of course, he was still The Rock at the time. Which they even did a spin-off of the Scorpion King with that one. And then they had, I think, 1 or 2 more films with Brendan Fraser. I know one of them was like the Chinese Empire or whatever.
Yeah.
I can't remember if it was the 3rd or 4th one. So they're doing a revamp with Tom Cruise now.
Oh, gosh.
Of The Mummy.
Oh, boy.
Next one I'm really excited about. And this is a huge one that I hope does really good. Alien Covenant.
So another Alien series.
Another Alien movie. It's an addition.
Interesting.
And it looks like we're going back to the future of this, because a lot of the more recent films, like Prometheus was also future, but it was kind of a prequel to the whole thing.
Yeah, Prometheus was a prequel. It was like the start of it.
But it was such a weird film. I couldn't get into that one.
It was...
I couldn't get into that one.
I wasn't really into it. It was very interesting.
Yeah.
But performing a C-section on yourself, something about that is just like, there's no way.
Yeah, that one was such a weird one. But yeah, we're going back to the, like the whole future side of this. Because like Alien vs. Predator Requiem was present. The Alien vs. Predator movies were present time, and they were awful. Both of them were terrible. That was going to be released May 19th. All right, and this one's, I guess, a sequel because this is Disney now.
Oh boy.
Star Wars Episode 8.
Yep.
Of course, we're going to be expecting now a new Star Wars film every year, a new addition, to the episodes every other year. So this is the other year now is going to be the Episode 8. The year after that will be some other in between film, and the year after that will be 9.
Yeah.
So of course that's going to be coming out December 15th. They always come out December. Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales.
Looking forward to it.
That's gonna be an interesting one.
I want to see that one.
It's kind of a revamp because they haven't done a Pirates film for a while because they did the last one and they just kind of took a break.
Yeah.
So we'll see how this one comes out. That one's coming out May 26th.
Not
Beauty and the
soon
Beast.
enough. I am looking forward to that one.
It's because
for obvious
Emma Watson.
reasons.
March 17th.
Not soon enough.
Here's another revamp. Rings.
Rings?
So it's
So the Ring?
revamp of the Ring series.
Huh.
I don't know how I feel about it, but it's a revamp because I did look at it and it is a revamp. And this one I'm super excited about. I just saw the other day when I was actually researching this. So it was like, okay, this is perfect because this is what I want to see. Blade Runner 2049. Harrison Ford is coming back.
Oh gosh.
For Blade Runner.
Talk about old people in movies. He's getting old.
He's getting really old, but he's coming back in Blade Runner 2049.
Interesting.
Revamp sequel. So I'm excited about that. Miscellaneous ones. Resident Evil, the final chapter's coming out.
Yeah.
Triple X 3.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one.
With Vin Diesel still in there.
I believe, I'm not 100% sure. Some of his tattoos aren't right. Now, I can understand adding tattoos, but you can't take away tattoos.
Yeah.
You take away the tattoos of the original character and put different ones on there, not cool.
It doesn't work.
It don't work. So I don't know how I feel about it. I like the original one. It was a little cheesy, but, from what I remember, it's been a long time since I've seen it. But
another miscellaneous King Arthur revamp. I think we're kind of beating that one over the head.
Well, it's got Charlie Hunnam, I think is his name.
That sounds right.
Sons of Anarchy guy.
Yeah.
He's a really good actor. I really like his work.
Mm-hmm.
He did, obviously, Sons of Anarchy. He did Pacific Rim. He wasn't as good in Pacific Rim, personally, I believe. But I don't know. He's a really good actor. I think this is his role. Sons of Anarchy, he plays a very good brute kind of a character. Kind of a, the BA character.
Yeah.
Pacific Rim wasn't really that character. It was kind of like the military guy that's been, out of the military on all that, seen death.
Yeah.
And obviously lost his brother. So it's kind of like,
Yeah.
But King Arthur, I think that's one of his roles.
Yeah, it's just the film itself, it looks very odd.
Plus, so this will be the first time where he actually gets to use his own accent.
Yeah.
He's actually English.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting.
Yeah, so that's an interesting one. This one, I didn't confirm this was for sure coming out, but it was on the list. World War Z 2.
Oh, I'm so looking forward to that because I loved World War Z. I read the book. A lot of people are disappointed that the movie...
Well, because they changed a lot. Yeah.
The problem is World War Z as a book was a documentary, as if it was an interview.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you can't exactly portray that, but you can take details of the stories and add that into the movie to make the movie. I loved the movie. It was a different zombie movie.
Yeah.
It was the idea of what if zombies moved as a swarm of bees.
Yeah.
And that's what it was. That's a real fear. Zombies that walk slow, kick out their legs and run. Like, you don't even have to do anything. But if there's a swarm of them running at you, like if there's a bee, you're gonna slap the bee, right? Bee boxing.
If there's a swarm,
but if there's a swarm coming at you, you're running. Exactly. So
yeah, so they are coming out with the second one.
I'm looking forward to that one.
Khan Skull Island.
What's that? Is that
They're doing a revamp of Khan.
Who's doing it though?
I don't know.
Is it gonna have Jack Black?
No.
Good.
Yeah, no, because it's not it's not Peter Jackson film.
Okay.
This is actually going to be in a preparation for Godzilla versus King Kong.
Oh no.
So I don't know what to expect of it. It's got, I think, Samuel L. Jackson's in this film.
Oh gosh.
And it's another well-known actor. I can't remember his name.
You're doing good with those names.
Well,
today.
he's not a main lead. He's one of these quirky characters. Anyways,
Kong.
This one is an interesting one, though. I want to talk about this for a second because King Kong, the base story is, of course, that they go to Skull Island and they find all these creatures and whatnot, and then they bring Kong back and Empire State Building, the whole works.
Oh wow, John Goodman.
Oh yeah, John Goodman's in it. This film does not do that.
John C. Reilly. I want to know what his role is.
That's there. That's yep, John C. Reilly. That's him.
Yeah,
he's this quirky pilot that got stuck there. This takes place in the Vietnam War era.
So for those of you who don't know who John C. Reilly is, he's a guy from Step Brothers.
Yep.
Who is Will Ferrell's brother.
He's also in Talladega Nights.
Talladega Nights as Will Ferrell's buddy. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's his role. He's this quirky
He's a quirky guy.
Yeah, that's his role. He's this quirky guy that's been on this island stuck there. But anyways, this one looks really kind of odd too. But like King Kong, this is like the biggest King Kong they've ever done. Yeah. So like normally he's like about like a 25-foot gorilla. This one's supposed to be like twice the size because he's supposed to be about Godzilla's height now.
Yeah.
He's huge.
Yeah.
So they changed it up because now it's Vietnam War era. But yeah, so this film will be a little bit different than what the normal story is. Despicable Me 3 is supposed to come out.
Yes.
War.
That's actually my text tone. Is the little girl, fluffy. The little girl with the unicorn? She's like hugging the unicorn. She says it's so fluffy. I want to die or something like that. So you should text me right now. we should play this for the
if you'll get it in time.
Hopefully. My phone is
his takes forever to get it.
I don't want to tell you who my carrier is, but it rhymes with Sprint.
Oh boy.
So I was looking for a text tone. I wanted something funny, and we'll see if this comes through.
That's what we got. Well, while we're waiting on that, so War for the Planet of the Apes is coming out.
I'm looking forward to that.
That one I'm looking forward to. There it is.
Did it come across? I think it came across.
It came across.
JDJSNDK.
I just randomly put stuff.
Okay.
Alrighty. And then, okay. Ready for this. This is my WTF award for upcoming movies.
Oh boy.
For sequels, revamps, WTF, 50 Shades Darker.
Oh gosh. I know we don't get political on the podcast.
But we're about to.
People have a problem with Trump for the things that Trump said, right? How many copies sold of 50 Shades of Grey?
Millions.
Like 80 million?
Millions.
80 million.
This is a movie about bondage, BDSM, master slave type stuff.
It's a fan fiction.
This is a hugely...
It was written as a fan fiction to Twilight.
Yeah.
Who's buying this? I guarantee guys aren't buying this. This is probably majority women buying this.
Women.
Yeah. Women have a problem because Trump says a few things inappropriately. But that book is full of all the same stuff. Oh my gosh. And I haven't read it. I will go out and say that now. I haven't read it. I never saw the movie.
Never read it, never watched, never had an interest in it. But that's coming out. I'm like, are you kidding me? 50 Shades Darker.
Yeah, that one can go. I could care less about that one.
Yeah. All right, 2017 games. I've just got kind of a short list here. With the games, you never know. Games can really get pushed back.
They will get pushed back. Like already, Tom Clancy's game was pushed back. It was supposed to come out this year. It didn't, so now it's coming out in 2017.
Games do this all the time, so I'm only going to name the games that might be coming out because I don't have definite dates. Except for maybe a couple like first on the list, Ghost Recon Wildlands.
Yes.
Which still has the date for March 7th. March
7th or 17th, something like that.
It's like March 7th, I think, for that. We're super excited about that one. That one is going to be a huge one for us.
I can't wait.
I can't wait for that one. Resident Evil 7, Biohazard.
Yeah.
That's coming out. Mass Effect Andromeda. I read about this one, actually. So this one, because Mass Effect 3, the Mass Effect series is a huge hit.
Yeah.
I don't care about Mass Effect personally. But Mass Effect 3 was the last one with Shepard. Andromeda is now a complete new RPG. So you actually create your own character, essentially. And that was a big thing, was that, Shepard was the big thing. And it was an RPG. You could change the look of Shepard and customize him or her however you wanted, and then make your own decisions. But now it's a completely new scenario. It's kind of like, Fallout, series where you're making your own character now.
Yeah.
So it's actually a completely new RPG without naming, a particular character. This one I'm super excited about too. For Honor.
For Honor, yeah.
This one I actually signed up for the beta.
I'm knocking stuff off.
I actually signed up for the beta on this one. I'll see if I'll get it. Probably not. But I actually really want to do that one. That one looks really cool. Halo Wars 2. That's coming out.
Another Halo, huh?
Yep. And that's also coming out for PC and Xbox. Horizon Zero Dawn. This one is a really big, thing for... It's basically like this big open world. You fight these giant mechanoid dinosaur and creature type things. It's an interesting looking game. I'm not sure if I'll get into it, but that's a big one. This one, actually, I'd never heard about this one until I looked it up. Days Gone. So going back to World War Z, you're talking about, swarms of zombies.
Yeah.
Well, now you get to play that.
Oh, gosh.
This is the epitome of World War Z scenario.
So it's like playing the Infected on on Left 4 Dead 2.
Basically.
Except as a
Basically. And these zombies are not dead people. They're just infected people.
That was kind of what World War Z was based on. It was a rabies-like virus.
So this is basically World War Z, the game. And that actually looks really interesting. So I'm actually really intrigued to see that one. Just to name another one, Scalebound. I can't remember what that one was. That was an upcoming game. The Last of Us Part 2. I am super excited about this one. I've been waiting for a sequel for this game. The Last of Us is just one of those games that's only for PlayStation 4, unfortunately. So you wouldn't be able to play it unless you got a PS4. But this game is probably one of the the original one is one of just the most amazing games for cinematic, not only gameplay, but just, the cinematics as well as the voice acting. These actors do the best job of just getting into the mood, because it's a tragedy game. It's a tragic game. The very first part of the game, you get to know this character Joel and his daughter Sarah, and you see the outbreak happening, because it's kind of a zombie-esque game. And spoiler alert for anybody who has never played this game, you play this part where you're kind of running through the city and trying to escape, and then you manage to get out, and there's a soldier there, and he kind of helps you out first, but then he gets orders that he has to kill you guys. And so you jump out of the way, his brother comes and saves him, and his daughter was shot.
Oh, no.
And you're sitting there watching this happen, tears rolling down your eyes. No joke. You can look it up. YouTubers, I did it myself. Every time I play this, I have to fight to not cry. This is just the saddest part of any game I've ever seen. It's just this little girl, he's holding her in his arms, and she's just, in agony and pain. And you're just sitting there watching this, like, in awe. And then it's just quiet.
I'm surprised that was allowed to be put in there.
It's such a tragic part. It's just the hardest part to not ball up. And then this is just I've talked about this a little bit before, and this is just in general, this is a console specifically. The Nintendo Switch will be coming out in March sometime. So
Nintendo could stop. It's all right.
But this one I'm interested in it, because the Switch is definitely a different idea. And I like kind of where they're going with it. So I'm curious to see where it's going to go. So along with the new console comes new games. So
yeah. Well, I don't know. Because Nintendo sticks to like 5 basic games, and that's it.
Oh, yeah. But, whatever stream of games that come out for the Switch specifically. Yeah. So. But yeah, that's some of the big stuff coming out. Obviously, we've got new president in 2017.
Yep. January 20th, I believe, is the inauguration.
27th, something like that.
I don't know.
It's towards the end of January, somewhere around there, 28 something.
Yep. Yeah, as far as it goes for us, what we have planned, obviously we will keep doing the podcast. We're not going to stop.
No, not
just
anytime
here.
soon.
We would like to get more people. We would like to get a better set, different place to actually record so that we can have more people. We did get some more equipment. And with that
And
more
are
equipment,
getting more equipment.
that is going to bring live action films. So we will do shorts, little snippets of funny little videos. We have plans to get into animated pieces. It's just some animated work.
Finding the time to do it.
Yep. We have these plans that we're putting in motion for this new year, and this is what we're going to be doing this year.
Oh, and not to brag, I am getting a promotion come January. So
I think that calls for a popper. Trevor's getting a promotion. Congratulations!
Woo! Whoa! That failed.
Dud. I love that
Woo!
smell. I love that smell. It's got that gunpowdery smell.
Yep.
Oh boy.
But yeah, so
no.
that will be happening. So with the promotion comes better pay. Not much better, but that's something, you know.
Something's always better.
Something's always better.
Good. Yeah.
So I'm excited.
Hopefully with that, get more stuff going and
get more time on my hands, maybe.
yeah, hopefully some more time. Because
So.
we have the worst schedules to work together.
Well, I'm gonna probably see if I can request like one Saturday in the month off.
Yeah.
Like if I, because that's my thing right now. And right now we have a couple of our associates going to be getting notary. That's mainly why I work Saturdays is because they need a notary at the store.
Yeah.
So that's mainly why I'm even working Saturdays. So I'm going to try to request at least one Saturday a month off once they get their stuff, and see if I can do that. That way, maybe we can take it Saturday and we can just take time and just plan or record whatever we want to do on that Saturday.
And we've done that. We've actually sat down.
Oh, yeah.
We've had a couple of our little meetings of just planning what we'd like to do. I've got over here, off screen over here is my computer and stuff. But, notebooks of plans of things that we would like to do. And various different projects.
Oh, yeah.
Alex and I have a project. Obviously, we put out a trailer a long time ago, but because he moved, we haven't really been able to do anything with it. That was the Cry No More.
Plus, I have his computer.
Yeah, plus you bought his computer. But apparently, hopefully he's getting his computer built, and hopefully we'll be getting closer to doing those projects. Yeah. But we're still, we're working out of 2 different states. I have no plans to move to Idaho, though. That's for sure.
Yeah, no.
Sorry, bud. If you want to do group projects, you come back here.
Oh, boy. You can move to Washington.
Oh, no. No. Bunch of potheads out there.
True.
No offense. We legalize it, too, so.
That's why they didn't say Oregon.
Well. But, yeah, so those are some of our goals. For 2017. That's some of the things that are going on in 2017 as far as the world goes. And 2016 wrap up.
Yep.
Is there anything else to discuss?
Not that I can think of.
I think that's about it.
Got some good stuff going.
We've had actually a lengthy podcast.
Yep. A lot to talk about, though.
This is one of our, definitely our longest video podcasts.
Yep. And part of the new equipment, we'll be getting another camera. I just bought one.
Yep.
And we're going to be implementing that into the podcast as well as the videos.
Doing live action stuff, yeah.
So I'm excited about that because this is an actual camcorder. Because right now what we're using is just your nice Canon.
Yeah.
But it's a camera for
it's a camera.
pictures.
It's not necessarily meant to record video. It doesn't get the perfect quality that I would like. Mm-hmm. It gets 1920 by 1280.
Yeah,
it's 30 frames per second, which I'd prefer 60.
Yeah, if you'll notice, there'll be little blips where we kind of have to cut and edit a little bit because.
Well, yeah, that's problems with the camera.
Yeah, so
I just seamless. Don't pay attention to those. Just keep watching.
They're not there.
But,
they're not really there. Alrighty,
yeah, that's about it.
That's
for
a wrap
for this year. Should we give one more
Close
popper? Oh, taking down the set.
Hey.
Oh. Happy New Year!
Blowing out the mics.
See you later.
Later.